Good morning. Welcome back to the stream, people. Just having a quick look at one or two things. Make sure we are live. I'll be with you in a second. Just looking at gold right now, it looks like it may want to break structure to the downside and push down, try to get under these lows. I want to see. Had a look at euros doing something similar, but it broke above and gold didn't move. So I'm trying to see if it wants to break above like euro does or continue the downtrend that I saw. So that's what we're looking for currently. Just waiting and seeing what's going on gold. Euro trades is a bit volatile. It's a no-go for now. It wasn't real like reversal, just dipped into a price point, pretending it was continuing going down, then pushed up. So couldn't really catch that. Gold is doing something very similar, but it looks like it wants to break up. So maybe we could catch this. So at this point here, it should, based on price action on the higher time frame, it should push down. But based on this little reversal attempt here, it should push down and continue going down. But it's also broken that structure, and maybe it's just waiting for the London session volume to break it up. So for the buy, it needs to respect this low. For the sell, it needs to respect that high. So just gonna see what happens. It's just slow right now. Just gonna wait. It's been like trading similar pattern as the euro recently, selling with euro, selling, buying when it's being bought, and so on. And like I said, euro had a similar setup and it's already broke this high, and it looks like this is getting ready to do the same, but it hasn't done so yet. So it's a bit, it's not expected. So I'm waiting, trying to be patient. See if this low gets respected, then it breaks this side, then maybe it's an argument, there's a buyer there. He wants to continue pushing up. Just need to wait a little bit longer. I'm getting ready to buy this. Let me check the H1. Don't know why it's not moving. So I can't remember if it was yesterday. I did say I could see price getting here. It's got there now, bounced there. So it could be bought from here, or it may want to be sold and get underneath here, try to fill these inefficiencies in the market there. But right now it looks like, so what I'm looking at is this structure here. It had a little trend and broke it to the downside, but now it's actually broke it to the upside. So I'm expecting it to continue pushing up, and it's just not moving. And I'm just waiting to see, maybe it was waiting for the London session to get some volume. Yeah, it looks like potential buyer here. 0 point, let's not do anything crazy here. 0.1 will do. Just need to see a little bit more. Too much back and forth. If it gets above this side, definitely it's a buy then, because it will take this side next and continue pushing up. How far? I don't know. Target wise, I would say at least to this price point. This acting as resistance at one point, break out from there. So if it's to continue going down, maybe it gets up there to use it as support. So if this is pushing up, maybe that's the destination, but still early. Let's wait. And like I said, with the euro just, look, it had the same setup here, pulled down, and it just came and broke that structure, smashed straight through it. So I'm expecting similar thing now with gold, but it's not moving in the same manner at all, right? So with the gold trade, it's possible that this euro trade is going to pull back here and start selling and get back into this demand and maybe give a proper reversal and goes. This wasn't a proper reversal, so maybe that's what it's waiting on. And maybe that's what gold's waiting on, because gold actually wants to go down. So I still have to wait and see. The confirmation that it wants to go up is breaking this high, and that's what I want to see. And then I'll take it up in alignment with, okay, there we go, confirmation coming. Okay. Just check the risk. It's possible it's just waiting for London session and the volume to kick in. Okay. I want to see it take this high now. Stop losses here. $2.65. Hello, Mohammed. Good morning. How's things? How was New York session yesterday? Green day? Hopefully it was for you. And hopefully gold starts moving. Okay. So potential selling opportunity with euro. Maybe it just came up to fill this imbalance before it starts coming down. That being the case, maybe that's why gold's holding, because it's planning to be sold as well. Wanted it to break this high a bit early for the entry. I would prefer this high to be broken with this candle, so it's not doing exactly what I want it to do. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. But you can see it had structure here going down, and it broke it here, and it's about to break it again, hopefully, creating new highs, and therefore it should take this high, because it's created lower highs here. If it takes this high, then it should be good to go to take this next high. Just need to see it break above here. Initially I was looking at it as a sell. Here it has structure coming up, tapped into this imbalance here. So when it tapped into that and broke this structure, then I thought, okay, cool, that's expected if it's going to consider this just a pullback and push up higher, right? Had a look at euro, and euro did exactly the same thing, or similar at least. It created structure, went down, then turned around, broke it. So I'm expecting the same thing from gold now. Just gold is moving a lot slower. There is no real news around this time, so that could be why. And there's a lot of news later in the day. I was expecting euro to pull back into this supply, and that's why I said there's a possible, this demand. That's why I said there's a possible selling opportunity. It broke, it didn't retest it, so it may not do it at all. It may just push up higher here, because really and truly it's got to its destination, which was, well, actually no, it's not, has it? This is a demand. There is an imbalance there. It's tapped into it, and maybe that's the reaction from it there. And maybe that's the only reason come down in the first place. So push up now, get up here, and then with the news catalyst that's due today and tomorrow, maybe push up to get to these highs and continue the uptrend. We'll see. But on the low time frame, it broke. I would expect a retest before it does that. We'll see. So possibly a sell, but there's no real structure to base that off currently, so it's a bit risky. So that's why I'm keeping my eye on the, where is it, gold trade for now. If gold is similar setup, so tapped into its demand and it's pushed up. If it's selling, still you would expect it to come up anyway, create a reversal, then be sold. So this is essentially why I'm buying it. It came up this morning really early, but there was no volume. It did create structure and break it, and that's why I tried to sell it, but I got out when I saw it slow down just before London session. So maybe that was the intention with London session now, to drive it back up to this zone here, and that's what I'm trying to get for this trade today. And essentially I'm going to trail these H1 lows. So if we do get this break here, stop losses here, as it breaks this one, my stop loss will be moved up. I'm going to try to get back into this zone. It broke, I think it broke late last night or early this morning, and that's a very sneaky move to try to get it to the price point it wanted. Now it's got there, it's going to continue up possibly, we'll see. Just need you to start moving a little bit gold, break this high, and I'll be happy with the entry. But so far nothing's going on. Happy with where my stop loss is, risking a bit, but if I'm right, it's worth the reward. Just adjust this a bit. Just want to see it break this high. Yeah, I'm long on gold currently. It's supporting, I mean, the higher time frame suggests it. I mean, right, let me show you again. I'll zoom out so you can see. So the current trend is down, right? The current trend here, and I think this week is down really. But it's tapped into a demand that broke structure. So this reversal here, this demand here led to this breaking structure here, so it should have come here and be sold from there, but the buyers got above this supply zone, right? So prices dug back down to that demand, filled that imbalance, maybe that was the objective, and now it's pushing up high. So I'm long on gold right now, just trying to get back into the previous supply zone, back to where I could expect to find some kind of resistance. Try to get back up there. That's what I'm trying to do. Similar setup on euro, and if it's in accordance still with what's going on in euro, so go to H1, I'll show you. So had the reversal here, from this high to this low. This is the demand that led to the break in multiple structures, and it's pulled all the way back down into it, and from there it's being very aggressive. So it's pushed up quite considerably higher, even though it had structure for the sell. It had structure here for the sell. It reversed and broke it, and it pushed up higher in this supply zone here. So that's going to be the next test for it. Maybe get sold from there. Now, my concern with the gold trade is it's not moving. Yeah, it's moving very slowly. Okay, now it's moving. But the euro trade has moved considerably from this point where it broke. Gold has not broke that high yet. This high, it's not broke it yet. So when it breaks it, I would expect it to do the same thing. So my expectation is it gets into this zone here, and maybe that's where it's sold from. And that's potentially what euro is doing now when it gets to this supply zone here. So there's resistance there. And there's another key price point here. Probably should keep my eye on gold now it's moving. Okay, cool. So when it takes this high, I may take some profit. Yeah, it looks like a clean break, so it should pull back in. I'm going to let it run to TP. It should hit there, then come back, and I might just get ready to close it actually as it gets there. That'll be a nice win. Come on. Alright, I'm out on gold now. So it's tapped into the supply zone here, which could push it back in, and I'm happy with the win. I had some size on it, so don't want to risk too much. Let's see what happened with euro. Maybe there's a sell. Yeah, it's potential for a sell there. I don't trust euro recently, just being so unpredictable. I may leave euro alone, man. I would have expected a break and retest. Hasn't done that, just keeps on driving up. Maybe there's a reason for it. But if I was to sell this, I want to see a H1 candle being broke. And I don't think we're anywhere close to that. So I don't see this coming all the way down here. So I can see this pushing up, staying around there, then the next H1 candle breaking it, and that will indicate a sell for me, and that may be the entry. But we'll see. Maybe it's just tag into here, pushes down, and then it does break this candle. We'll see. This essentially should just be a pullback and then drive down to continue this trend, right? But we have to also take into account it has pulled into this demand, and this trend could still be valid. So it's just a long pullback. It has broken structure though. So we had structure here. So we had higher highs going up that it was respecting. It broke it. So maybe this downtrend is what's in effect now. And if that's the case, it's just pulled up here and it's going to be sold down to get underneath. I'm more inclined to believe that's the case because this down here isn't a reversal. Most times we get, when we get these continuation, we get a little bit of a reversal set up here where you get a fake breakout, pulls back in, then goes off, right? This looks more like pole, flag, pole, right? So this is a big pole. This looks like a flag, filling this imbalance, and then to be sold again and maybe continue its downtrend. So that could be the case. It's not giving me the setup I want to see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and see if there's anything that makes sense here. You can see lots of reasons for it to go down, just don't trust it. Okay, so it's created structure now, right? It's on this M5, pushed up here, flagged. So that's a pole, that's a flag, You should respect this low and continue. So if it comes here, pretends it's continuing, then breaks that, then I will say definitely it's an opportunity to sell, and it will drive it down to this demand here, where we'll test that. Maybe it does that a few times, but I could see it maybe with all the news catalysts eventually break it underneath there if it's bearish. Right now it's too early to say, so that's why I'm not going to touch euro. Oh, look at that, nice price action with DAX. So what did we have here? That might be a buying opportunity. Let's see. So I think DAX has been trending up still. Did it create a new high? Well, it created equal highs. So that's the argument. There is a buy. It's pulling back into the demand that created those equal highs, and it's trending up. So there's an argument for a buy with DAX. My main concern again with DAX, I was looking at this yesterday, I was selling this. I said because of the liquidity here, the inefficiencies there, I can see it coming down, and it is at highs. So I'm concerned about that. We did have structure going up though. Reverse, yeah, I'm more inclined for a buy with DAX. I don't know if I want to jump in now underneath this low, see if we could drive it back up. Drive it back up there. Where would it be bought from? Maybe there. So maybe if I get this breaker candle, maybe I'll drive it back up underneath these lows here. Maybe there's a buy. DAX. I'll take a small position. See if we could get it to drive back up into this supply zone that it left. So much inefficiency there. Okay, I'm gonna buy DAX. I'm gonna use a negative. Well, I'm gonna give it space. Basically, I'm happy to take a quick scalp, see how it goes, but I'm gonna have my stop loss underneath here, essentially. But I'm gonna adjust it need be. It might be too early, but I saw a little break in the candle that I feel may be enough for it to start pulling up now and getting back into this zone. My lows is here, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Go keep an eye on this. 24026. Let's see what we could get from DAX. Okay. So basically equal highs, it's uptrending and it's left equal highs, and I'm pretty sure this was during low volume. So this isn't, yeah, this is low volume. This isn't anything to trade based on. I could see it coming back. I don't expect it just to go back straight like that. That's not really the price action I would be used to, but this is DAX. I'm not familiar with it. So it has dug down, tagged into the demand here and pushed up, and now it's got back into that same price point during the London session. So if it holds, I could see it coming back up, maybe into supply zone here, take some partials. If it holds, it pushes up further, tries to continue its uptrend. My lows is here. Even though we've got lows here, this is high risk. I'm willing to take a little trade on DAX, see how it plays out. Could just drive all the way through here, through these lows, and then starts pushing down here. It's just I don't really trust this as a reversal, so hopefully it stays clean and it respects its previous lows and continues its uptrend. So that's a considerable low. Since then, there hasn't been any decent lows. This isn't a decent low. This is. it broke that structure from this price action here. It's pulled back here, created a reversal here. So hopefully it respects this reversal that it created, that broke the trend or broke this previous high, continued the trend, and now it's just dipping to be bought and continue. That being said, I'm trying to catch an entry before I see any indication of getting in. So it's like I'm buying the dip essentially. So there was a dip here, it was bought and it worked out. There was a dip here, it was bought and it worked out. It's risky, but if it works out, the rewards is good because it means I caught it at the bottom and I could adjust my stop loss. I might actually adjust the stop loss soon if it starts moving in my favor. Maybe a bit too early, but started to move in my favor. I may adjust the stop loss, at least definitely reduce it to a price amount I would like to risk. So right now I'm only risking $50. Try to catch the bottom of this dip. So it's not crazy. Yeah, I don't see any reason it needs to come down any further. So it can flag, it can pull up here, flag and come down further and maybe test these lows. If this is an inefficiency, it filled most of it after hours, maybe low volume session, and now it's completely filled it now. So I would expect to just push up. So I think I'm happy with my stop loss there, risking only $50. And let's see if it wants to respect this low. Let's check on M1. Maybe we've got a little reversal starting on M1. That'll give me more reassurance that it's holding. So little flag here, pushes up, pulls in. From here it should really continue. Pulls in. Yeah, so a little reversal happening here. We're going to see if here it's sold to continue, or if it breaks this high. If it breaks this high, I would be inclined to believe that was a good entry and it's going to continue and go up here. Hopefully it does break this high. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It's only $50 to afford that loss. Very aggressive early entry. So we could just get this drive straight down. Maybe I give it a little bit more room. Being as this DAX, I'm gonna give it a little bit more room. Could give it the. I don't want to see it underneath this low. I'm gonna give it more room to come here multiple times before going. So yes, just this. Wouldn't want to lose more than $100 from this, so that's more than enough room. Okay, let's see if it holds. See where it could be bought from. Don't want to see it underneath this low. I don't want to risk so much. So next best thing, I could see it bouncing from here. Maybe it comes here again, taps in there, and then gives it a bit of a reversal, then pushes up. It's very heavy. I mean, it's a risky trade because it's just pushing straight down. So maybe it just continues to run through. It would have been better if it came down slowly. Then I'll be more inclined to believe it's going to be bought up. But like I said, I don't really know DAX in terms of its price action. Maybe it can just dip and reverse. And it's done that a few times. So hopefully it does that now. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm glad I haven't done anything with the Euro trade. I'll still try and sell this. So what I've noticed recently, as Euro pushes up, DAX pushes down. So this Euro trade looks like it wants to push up again. So DAX may just push down again here. We're going to see. It has an imbalance. Its book hasn't revisited. So maybe it holds here. Euro, unfortunately, it's still too early to see a real break in its structure. So maybe it's just going to drive to get these highs. Euro sell, I need to see a break in structure, and right now there's nothing. It's just driving up. Keep an eye on this. Cool. Let's see if I'm too early with this DAX trade. At some size, I'm pretty sure that would have been a nice little win. We could get the next 5-minute candle to drive it up here. That'd be a good win for me. I'll be happy with that. Let's see. Okay, can live with that. Sorry guys, got caught up. Checking in on you guys. Which gap? So yeah, well done for catching that trade down. But which gap on your broker are you referring to? And is it the DAX move? It's annoying. You could read different information on different platforms. It's annoying. So what I may see as a gap isn't a gap on other platforms because it's being filled. It's annoying. So it's essentially misinformation. Would have thought all the price action would be exactly the same. Yeah, let me just unplug this. So okay, so the gap on DAX is on closed door. This one here. Yeah, it's definitely on close on mine. This is clear as day. Hopefully it's not the wrong information. So if it's unclosed, definitely a strong argument. You can see price coming here. I mean, it's not being visited. So if it's unclosed, strong argument for it to be sold into this zone here and maybe bought from there later. So even though I do like this was yesterday's price action New York session, tagged in. It was not interested in running Monday's liquidity. It actually held there and pushed up and broke these highs. So hopefully it does the same thing here and pushes at least back into the supply zone. That's what I'm hoping. Back into here to be sold from there. So it looks looking like a pole and flag continuation. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Still got space, I guess. Okay, euro slowing down. Okay, no, it's not. It's getting ready for a breakout. Let's slow it down though. Okay, but keep an eye on euro. Maybe there's a reversal and a selling opportunity later. Glad I exited the gold. Very nice exit. It could push back in, go like that, and then reverse. I don't see this as a proper reversal, so I think it's just really a pullback essentially. Then if you zoom out, so big pull down. This is a flag, and it should pull down to continuous downtrend. Maybe that's why it stalled so much. And this isn't definitely not a reversal. So this is just a dip into price, and it reacted. It could still hold, but this isn't a traditional reversal, and not at 2 a.m. So maybe this is just a significant pullback back into the zone to be sold again. But I'm more inclined to sell. The euro just need to wait for confirmation. To keep an eye on it today. If it's during stream, I mean, I'll probably just stream for the hour. It may actually come after stream because the new H1 candle is very likely to then break this low and then drive it into to fill this imbalance at least. And from there, it may come up, then eventually go down, or it may stay around waiting for the news catalyst later today. But if it stays as it is, just before that new H1 candle, I'm probably going to be selling it to, especially if it breaks, I'm probably going to be selling it back down to back down to this demand. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this. It may be doing it now, to be honest, but I need to see some structure. Yeah, I forgot I'm in a trade. What's going on here? Being distracted by euro. Okay. $24, $250. I would love to be able to move to break even on this DAX trade. I'm going to reduce my risk because it does look like it's pulling up. I'm reducing my risk because at this point, as it pulls up, it could just push down any point. I'd rather just take that small loss. I think we're at 1-to-1 soon. Not shy, we're shy of 1-to-1, so I might just take it for 1-to-1 and be happy with that trade. So as this is pushing up, could we be expecting euro to come down? Yes, we could. So it might be the good trade to hold it. We'll see. What happened with gold? Okay, nothing. It'll be interesting to see if we could get above this high. If we get above this high, I don't see any reason for it not to get into this supply zone. It could be this high here that holds it and sends it back down. Maybe I want to trail these M5 lows. And maybe it's break even soon. Let's have a look at M1. M1 will paint a better picture. So a little pullback. This is being used. This held it. I can see it coming back to entry. So break even's too early. I'm gonna have it just about below there. So I could take it now for the win. But I really want to see it back in that supply. Maybe I take partials, leave the one and then go to break even. Okay, so I'm going to move to break even now and see what DAX wants to do today. Maybe he wants to do something special for me. So I expect it to get here at least. And maybe he wants to do more. I would not be mad if you want to do more and run these highs here. So that would be 2-4. 239. Running highs is difficult, so it's very optimistic. I just like to see what price could potentially do, and I rarely hold it onto that price point. I just like to see what it could do, and if it does hold and it's looking good, I can leave a runner towards it. But I prefer just to scalp, have a simple trading session, and then get ready for the next day kind of thing, you know. But let's see. So I'm at break even now on DAX. I want to see if it should get into this supply zone, and this is where it could be sold. So if it should be sold. sells a bit. If it holds this sell, it pushes down, break even, takes it out, right? If it comes down, holds and pushes up again, yeah, we're looking at these equal highs up here. So I'm happy with this trade so far. It's pushing up in my direction. That's the target, first target. We've got resistance here, but I think this is low volume price action, so I shouldn't worry about that too much. This is the main thing where this inefficiency or this imbalance was caused. Maybe wants to pull back up there. So, I mean, you said you sold it from there, right? So that would have been a nice move as it drove out. But you would expect like a break and retest, right? So that's what I'm expecting. This is the retest for it to come back now. And we're going to see if it happens. And that's why I'm trading it back into that direction. Yeah, this streaming can be a distraction, you know. It can be. What I found, where I'm finding a little bit of success is giving me a nice routine. Jump on 1 hour here, jump on 1 hour there, and I'm trading less essentially I'm trading less because I'm not trading for the whole day. I'm only trading during that period of streaming, right? And also it's helping me a lot with my risk management. Every time I'm on stream, I'm very good with risk management. It's what I do off stream that causes me problems. But yeah, it's getting some resistance here. I'm going to close this DAX trade here. I'm not interested in seeing it come back. I'm good here. It may still go, but I'm good there, man. I'm good. We are 20 minutes in. 20 minutes left, sorry, for this candle. Let's see what happens. It's got above it. Could still be sold from there. It's just like I said, when DAX is selling, viewers been buying. So this looks poised to be sold. That's just not happening. So I don't. I'm just gonna scalp and be happy with my wins, man. Just not too much speculation today. But yeah, you would expect this Euro trade to push off from here. I think a lot of London traders will be waiting for that. I'm waiting for the next H1 candle to make a decision, and if it breaks this low, well, the low is going to be adjusted soon, actually. Yeah, so it's still too early for entry. That's this current low, but this is the same H1 candle, so it could create a lower price point here. It's the next H1 candle that makes the difference. I want to see it break that low, and I expect price to come down to at least this high where it broke up from. Come down here and continue, or go straight through it. And that might be the last trade for London session. So gold very slow today. NASDAQ very bullish. I'm really, like I said, I'm very bullish on NASDAQ. I'm very happy to see it up there. Looks like it's about to break a H1 high. Yeah, so it's breaking that, so maybe it's going to start to push up. But again, I'm not interested in selling NASDAQ at this time. I think best moves are in the New York session. As you can see, that's the best move here, New York session. But it is about to break a H1 high. Maybe there is a continuation in play to run the overnight liquidity, yesterday's high. Just get above there, but it may not do much after that. It just stick around. There is a lot of news, I'm sure. It's going to affect NASDAQ. Maybe it's taking that into account already, and that's why it's pushed up high, and later it'll come back down with the news release. It maybe wants to push up higher. Don't know. So nothing on NASDAQ for me. But there you go. You got the break of the H1 and it's driving. Maybe it takes that for a quick move. Stop loss underneath there. Very risky. But that's the only way to manage the risk on that one, I guess. I'm not a fan of buying that highs. Not to say it doesn't work. Just not a fan. Okay, FTSE finally has got down and filled this gap. So now it's free to actually do something, and that could be to hold it and go up now, or it's just gonna come down further down here, maybe pull reversal down here somewhere, then start coming up. Again, not touching FTSE. I need to see more. Okay, so I got out the DAX one a bit too early. Still happy with the trade. Risky, good entry. Got something from it. Not mad at all. Maybe it's gonna push up to that supply zone here, give a little sell indication, then drive up for these equal highs. I think that's more likely. That will be in line with my initial read, that it pulled down just to be bought from this demand. So, but it would be asking a lot for it to do that. Just break this zone like that. I'm not sure if price is going to move far currently until the news. So role play is here. This is where we're getting some movement, even though it's not moved this whole hour. I would expect it to drive up, continue going up, then maybe come and break, or it's going to stick around H1, then breaks this low. What I would like to see is a break here, then next hour comes back in here, fix a continuation, then breaks this low, and that will be my ideal entry for a sell. And then I would hold it to this demand, see what it wants to do, and if it gets underneath this low here, this is free. There's no reason it doesn't continue for this. So that would be the move I would like to trade today. Euro is the only thing that I'm seeing potential for a decent trade. The rest of it's a bit slow. Bit slow. Very slow. Disappointing with gold today. But I got the move, but I'm disappointed with its speed. If it, as I read it, if it moved the same way that Euro moved, I would have made a lot more. Should have seen it in this zone by now, but it's just so slow. It's finding resistance from these lows here. Key price point here. So I can see it getting back up there. It doesn't need to because it's already done that here. It may even just be, I don't, maybe this low here, the relevant point. Actually, no, done that already. Didn't use it. Let me go to H1. That's where I need to be to read this. I would argue resistance is, there it is. I would argue resistance is there. Key price point, multiple touches, broke it, let's pull back into it. Maybe he wants to touch it, doesn't need to because of this one here already did it. So maybe it just stays within this range. Could use this as support to continue the downtrend. If it gets above it, tags back into it and pushes up, then that would be an indication that it's broken that resistance, using that support to go up. But we'll see. It's just very slow, and maybe there's a reason for it. But right now it's still driving up. So that should mean Euro's moving now, does it? Nope. Euro's chilling. I keep forgetting you guys. Okay. Possible breakout attempt on Euro here. I won't be buying it. Just so much reason for it to come down, so I won't be buying it, just having a look and see if it wants to reverse later. Good exit on DAX. So far. Okay. So it seems like we've got most of the price action for this first hour. Seems like everything's waiting now for the next H1 candle. Got about 11 minutes left. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh, this I would expect another drive up from Euro the way it's set up right now. I don't know how far it's going. I'm expecting a sell. Just waiting for confirmation. There you go. There's a drive. Maybe 4 points there. I would say at least 4 points there. Gold's looking interesting. Maybe I should have trailed it. Gold is looking like a proper reversal to continue the uptrend. That's why that was my preference today. Got to this demand, put in a proper reversal now, it's pushing it back up. Would want to see it hold above this price point, tag it, then start pushing up again. Come up here and be sold, or it holds and drives through, fills this gap, continues its reversal and uptrend. Gold looking good. But as it's approaching this new hour and it's tagging this resistance here, maybe there's a sell back. Let me see if this price point has been visited since it broke. Maybe it sells back into the demand. Okay, so it's been visited already. It doesn't need to come back. Gold being very efficient today. Okay, so that's the key price point. See if it gets above it, uses it and continues. Nice reversal, nice move on gold. See how DAX played out, slow. Okay, so it's only gold moving right now. Gotta keep an eye on gold today. Check the H1 lows. Okay. Oh yeah, gold is looking bullish. Last H1 lows all the way down here. Strong argument to see it continue being bullish. Okay, let's see. Approaching to the close of the hour. What's the euro doing? Sticking around. I want this sell, but I really don't trust its position. Let me check why it's hanging around here. Arguably tag back into this. That's a low. I want to see it broken. Okay. Arguable's found this resistance. Just don't like this. I prefer it goes up, comes down here, flags, then comes down to break. Not this sideways price action. I need to see it come down. Next 5 minutes, let's see what it wants to do. It's definitely holding on, hanging around for the next H1 candle. Let's see what it wants to do. I don't trust euro right now. It's been messing around too much. This is just, I wanted to sell this and said, actually I wasn't for sell for here, it broke. And I said, no, I'm not getting it. I got in there and got out, right? Then it did it. Then it came back here. I think I caught it for the buy. It's just like, it's just too many traps. It's in too many entry signals for me. Breaks of structure here, then reverse it, breaks it, just aggressively through it. No news at all, just been so erratic recently. And I'm finding gold a lot easier to read. Nice and slow. We'll see. Let's see what happened with the DAX one. So DAX is still pushing up, tapped into supply. Could expect a reaction from there. Would not be surprised if it remains bullish and just breaks through that H1 high and continues this uptrend. If it breaks here, if the new H1 high holds here and breaks here, I'll be inclined to believe it's going up. Yeah, so this is a supply zone. If it's reversed on the 1 minute, comes up into supply, sells a bit, holds, and then breaks this high, I'll be inclined to say it's ready to continue its uptrend and push up higher. But yeah, I think for now I'm just going to have a look. I don't expect anything to happen yet. Teasing. So I will be back here for the New York session. There's a lot of news, New York session. So if you are trading New York session today, be careful. But I will be back here trading alongside you, streaming alongside you. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, let me know. Support the channel, likes, comments, and all that. This is Patrick signing out. Until next time, peace.